Hello everyone, welcome to our travel channel. Today we are gonna talk about the 10 best places to see cherry blossoms in Japan, especially for first timers. We were lucky enough to stay in Japan for 2 weeks in late March to early April, and with our JR Rail Pass, we were able to travel to multiple cities and see the cherry blossoms at their peak bloom in every city that we went to. For example, we went to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, and as well as around Mount Fuji. Cherry blossoms were so beautiful, and it's a must-see, at least once in your lifetime. I will talk about the 10 best places around those cities that are just spectacular for cherry blossom viewing. I'll go over, the best time to visit, transportation, costs if there's any, and just some good things to know when visiting these places. So stay tuned. I have an extensive list with lots of knowledge and recommendations. And please subscribe if you want to learn more about traveling to Japan and other places. We've been to, Hawaii, South Korea, Puerto Rico, Aruba, and so many other places that we just would love to share our experience and knowledge about. So without further ado, let us start with our number one place, which is in Tokyo, Osaka. Osaka is a very special place. That is where Sensoji Temple is, and it's a quick ride with a train from Tokyo Station. As soon as you get out, you see these carriages being pulled by people. It's one of those major tourist attractions. But then you also make your way down the street to this busy row of shops. So busy during cherry blossom season. Of course, that's when a lot of tourists visit. So it's really a short walk, but with all these people, it feels longer. There's so many shops lined along the walkways, delicious snacks and food. Definitely make sure to stop and grab something. But I believe this is one of the first places you can visit when you visit Tokyo, regardless of the season, but especially during cherry blossom season. You just have to dodge a lot of people. It was rainy because, hey, it's spring, but it's definitely worth a visit. Definitely go get your fortune read, take your blessings from the incense pot. But we went back at night, and I would say that's one of the best times to go is at night because there's less people, as you can see. Cherry blossoms are illuminated and it's more peaceful and calm. We were able to just stop and enjoy everything and not be pushed by people or in a crowd during the rain. You can see everything. You can take in all the beauty that is to take in. It's so unique. The vibe is so nice, and I was able to go back and actually do a second round of fortune. I got good fortune, by the way. I mean, I knew I got good fortune when I was in Japan, but Then we walked around, saw the cherry blossoms being illuminated. Sensoji Temple is so beautiful. I would definitely put that on your bucket list if you ever visit Japan, especially Tokyo. One of the places that you could visit during cherry blossom season, and it's easily accessible. The next stop would be Sumida River, which is a short walk from Sensoji Temple. So, as you can see, it's like an 11-minute walk, not the worst thing. And Sumida River is lined with cherry blossoms, and there's lots of boats, like this fancy one here, that you can pay to get on. Unfortunately, we weren't sure that we were gonna be at Sumida River, but we spontaneously happened to go, and we didn't get our tickets. But definitely book these in advance, especially if it's during peak tourist season, like autumn or cherry blossom season, where everyone wants to take a boat ride and see the cherry blossoms along the Sumida River. But we went directly after Sensoji Temple. As you can see, still raining. March, April is known for rain. That's Asahi Building, iconic structure right there. But yeah, definitely go on one of those boats and enjoy those cherry blossoms lined. I know you can do picnics there when it's nice out. Third, and one of my favorites is Meguro River, which is 30 minutes away basically from Tokyo Station as well. The station is very nice, just like typical train stations in Japan. It's clean and also has shops and lots of snacks. It was so tempting. Like, I always wanted to buy snacks at all the train stations I go to, but look how beautiful the river is lined with cherry blossoms. Just know that it's an easy walk down because it's like a slope, so you go down when to go see the river, but going up, that's a problem. But look how pretty it is. It's illuminated by these beautiful lanterns along the walkway. Just note that this is very busy. This is such a busy place because cherry blossoms are only temporary, like 2 weeks max. So everyone comes out because it's so temporary. Everyone wants to see it in full bloom. And besides the locals, there are tourists. Lots and lots of tourists for cherry blossom. So just know that when you go there, you're not probably going to get the place by yourself because everyone goes out at night. Unless you go like at midnight or something, you'll probably have better luck. But then the trains stop at midnight, so you really have to probably live closer or have a hotel closer to the river. But going up now, that's the issue. So like I mentioned, it was like a slope, so it's like a steep walk up. And you'll see when it's going up, it doesn't look too bad yet. But just notice when you go, wear good shoes, don't walk with a heavy bag, take enough water or some liquids to drink. And if you need to rest, literally just stand there on the side and rest, just don't be in anyone's path. It's nice view regardless. Like, I would do it again. Just have enough water. But that's just to show you how steep it is. They have to prop the vending machines up. But yeah, that's literally how it is. I saw someone with like high heels walk in there. I'm like so impressed. There she is. I'm so impressed. Next, we traveled all the way to Kyoto because we had a JR pass, and Kyoto is one of those iconic spots to see cherry blossoms. It's about a little bit over 2 hours, and you get beautiful views on the bullet train. Just sit on the right side when you're traveling from Tokyo to Kyoto because you will see Mount Fuji on a nice day, and we were so lucky to see it. Everyone was out there taking like pictures, standing up, looking through the windows. But our first stop was the Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is in Kyoto. Highly recommend going to that shrine early in the morning. You would beat the crowds. Look at us, there's like maybe a handful of people there. Also, something to note is that when you go really early, we went at sunrise, you would hear crows, and it's usually scary. And the place is also known to have boars, so just definitely be careful. But when you go early, you see those cats. We saw lots of cats at Fushimi Inari, and it's said to be good luck. So we were definitely so happy and lucky. Look at that one. I even posted a TikTok, which you can see that all the cats we saw on Fushimi Inari. And one of them even followed us up, which I still can't believe. It's said to be extremely good luck, and it was so cute. I love it. It feels like you were spirited away when you go to Fushimi Inari. It's so magical. I can't describe the feeling, especially if you're there super early and there's no one there. There was no one on the summit with us when we hiked up, so it felt so unreal. Highly recommend this. Go early as soon as the sun rises, and it's free, so definitely make it a trip to go. I mean, look at that. Yeah, and when you walk around, there's so many places to like visit along Fushimi Inari, like little shrines. You can tie your dunes. I saw a cat there. I wanted to go see the cat. But as you notice around the atmosphere, there's so many cherry blossom trees, so many places to see. Cherry blossom, take pictures, just relax, rest. I think the only thing you have to pay for at Fushimi Inari is that if you want to buy a fortune or you want something to drink from the vending machine, there's also little shops there as well. So when it opens later, like around probably 8, you can buy breakfast even, ramen, green tea, and just sit down and relax. Honestly, the view is amazing. There's multiple lookout points, so definitely highly recommend. It's free, you just have to wake up early. That's central Kyoto. Then we went to the Arashiyama bamboo forest. So we stayed closer to Nishiki Market and we traveled. We wanted to use the Randen line, which is a really pretty train. There it is right there. It's so small and vintage. It's very unique. So that takes us to Arashiyama. Again, we woke up and went there super early because you see there's a handful of people. right next to the bamboo forest, when you exit on the other side, there's a little park. You can see how pretty it is, lined with cherry blossoms. There's lots of hiking trails as well along this park, which we took some time and actually did this. And there's a few lookout points as well. Here's one of them, one of the major ones. And you can really see the valley and the cherry blossom trees that are spotted on the mountains. That was definitely one of the biggest things. Everyone stopped there to take pictures. It was so beautiful. I can't explain this with words. And again, this is free. You do not have to pay to go in here. And this is called the Sagano Romantic Train Ride, I believe. And you can definitely book tickets up to this in advance, and it takes you along the mountain and you see more cherry blossoms. There's certain parts that are over here as well. We didn't go, it was somewhat far away, and it was also cold that day and that morning, so kind of glad we didn't go. But I hear it's really, really great, and you definitely can book that in advance. Then we walked around the different trails and we saw different shrines at different corners. There's a nice little pond here, cherry blossoms. There's so much different views. And this here is later. This is probably like 8:30 a.m. and look at all the people that came. You're gonna see YouTubers, families, couples, influencers, and you cannot get a spot to yourself here. So just note. Also, I mentioned the bamboo forest is free. When you come back out, right next to it, you're gonna see this shrine. This is a Tenryuji shrine, which is a Buddhist temple, a Buddhist shrine. And this is not free, by the way, because there is a really beautiful garden being maintained at this shrine, well, temple. And it's like about, I think, $5 or less. That's US dollars, by the way. But it has so many cherry blossoms and different flowers and plants, and the ground is covered in moss. Look at all the petals in this little pond. Everything is so zen-like because it's kind of one of those zen-like temples. And it's also one of a good resting spot to stay after your walk in the bamboo forest. So you definitely come here, meditate, sit down, watch the people, watch the koi fish, enjoy the beautiful spring scenery that you can only get in Japan. And this is very zen-like. The water is so clear, reflective. Definitely would love to visit here again sometime and spend a little bit longer. The gardens were so huge. But yeah, look at that. Wow. Next, while here at Arashiyama, we walked from the bamboo forest to the monkey park, which you can see it's a 16-minute walk. It was a very picturesque walk. So just something to note as well. This one is not free. It's 600 yen per adult and 300 yen per child. But the average on the map just now that says it's a 16-minute walk only shows the 60-minute walk to the ticket booth or to these stairs. When you get to the ticket booth, it tells you that there's like maybe a 20-minute walk up the mountain. You know, it sounds easy. We were like, oh yeah, this is totally doable. And it is doable. It's just that it takes longer than 20 minutes, especially if you have a heavy backpack, which we did. So we took about 30 to 40 minutes. We had a heavy backpack. Just make sure to wear good shoes, comfortable clothing, maybe layers, because sometimes it gets colder. You can put your layers on and you can take it off if you're hot. Definitely emphasize the comfortable shoes, light backpack, please, or a purse or something, and make sure to take liquids. And if you need a snack, like a protein bar or something on the way, but definitely make sure to not overdo it. Take your rest. There's multiple resting areas on the way. You're literally walking up a mountain, so please take your rest. Also, there's multiple signs along the way that tells you how to behave around these free roam macaque monkeys, because they are free roam. Like, they're literally coexisting with you on that mountain. Do not feed them. Do not like stare at them. Do not touch them. Things that will make them aggravated and probably attack you. Just stay away from that. Just be respectful. And we were just in there talking about our experience. But look how beautiful these monkeys are. Behind it, it's like a view of Kyoto and Kyoto Tower. This is one of the trainers feeding them. Those are the only people allowed to feed them when they're outside. But if you would like to feed, you can go in this room, which has like, it's like a cage basically you're in, but not a cage. It's like a room, and there's like little holes where you can buy food, special food that is, and you can feed them from inside, but they're outside free roam. So that's something you can do. But this is one of my favorite places too to see cherry blossoms. It's something on the mountain that's so unique. The monkeys plus the cherry blossoms and everything, it's so very nice, so interesting. Like, you could spend the whole afternoon here. There's resting areas, and there's also that playground there. I think the monkeys use the playground more, to be honest. Like, they try to lick whatever's on the slides. I think there's sap or something that falls, but that's super interesting. Then obviously it's easier to walk down, so we came down after a few hours and we just like hang out by this river. It was like really interesting. There's like really good food and everything around, and lots of foot bath. I really enjoy the foot bath. Japan is known for their foot baths, so definitely make use of that, especially after coming down from that mountain. You'll be tired, trust me. And it got really hot in the afternoon too, so you would want to take off your layers. But we just walked around and enjoyed the view. Everything was so pretty, like the raining cherry blossom petals. I can't explain how amazing that felt to just stand there, have your arms open like the Titanic, and just enjoy petals falling on you. It's so magical. Then you can go on boat rides as well. It was a really popular spot. I feel like Arashiyama, in my opinion, is one of the best spots to visit during cherry blossom. And one of my goals is to go back during autumn, because that's my favorite season. At Arashiyama train station, you would see these poles, basically, which is called the kimono forest. Basically, kimonos wrapped around poles, and you get to see the different kimono designs. It's really nice at night if you look at pictures. Unfortunately, we left around afternoon. We didn't stay at night because we had other things to do, but we were just walking around looking at all the different designs. Everything was so unique. I really like some of these designs. On the other side of the train station, there's a path that leads you over there. There's a footpath over there and more cherry blossom trees that you can find. Something that I noticed too, which was interesting, is that there was actually a Jamaican restaurant at Arashiyama train station, which I was curious about, but I was too full from lunch to try. But I think next time I go there, I want to try a Jamaican Japanese fusion food. I think will be interesting. But yeah, it's a really nice place to just relax. There's also snacks and food at Arashiyama station. So we were just there hanging out before we took the random line back to central Kyoto, to Nishiki Market, which we stayed close to. But at night, I would really like to see this at night. Also, this is free. You just get out of the train and you see this. So definitely don't have to pay. Lots of free things that I put on my YouTube video here. So definitely take advantage of that. And subscribe if you're liking it so far. I would love to make more Japan videos. So definitely subscribe, please, and leave a like and comment. Let me know what you think so far. What's your favorite thing so far? But that's the random line. So next we go to Kiyomizu-dera, which also is in Kyoto, one of my other favorite spots. And like I said, Kyoto is so beautiful. It's honestly has my heart. So Kiyomizu-dera, also a hike up, honestly. It's a really steep walk up, but along that walk there is lots of shops, lots of things to do, lots of things to try. I enjoyed all the matcha products and mochi products that I can find. I have so many things that I love and would love to eat again. But Kiyomizu-dera also isn't free. The front part here is free, but if you want to go to that iconic structure, which is the Kiyomizu-dera, it's not, and you will see why. But it's like, I think $3 or less. But when you go there, everyone would line up and you go pray, show your respect, take your shoes off. That's what I was doing there. And when you're done, you put your shoes back on and you go walk along the trails that exist there. You go look at all the different shrines and all the different cherry blossoms. Everything was so iconic. Look at that. You can see multiple shrines and trails from here. Everyone was just having a great time. It was honestly so big. We couldn't finish it all, but at night it illuminates. And I think there's specific tickets for that to come see the nighttime illumination of the cherry blossoms. And here you can even see Kyoto Tower, that tower all the way there. And this is the Kiyomizu-dera. It was under construction for a while, but now look at it, how beautiful it is. And that's where we were praying earlier, where we took our shoes off. But it's an iconic view for Kyoto. And then we just make our way along the different trails, enjoying the cherry blossom trees along the way. Japan really has an amazing culture to go see cherry blossom trees, have picnics with friends and family, and just enjoy the spring season altogether. There's so many different types of shrines that you find along the way, and this was a bustling street that I was talking about. You have to make your way up to see Kiyomizu-dera, and you make your way down, which is one of the easiest parts. But there's so many shops lined along that you make so many stops, buy ice cream, buy mochi, buy matcha, everything. We had matcha ice cream so much and a matcha tiramisu that honestly you feel energized from all the sugar. Also around this area there's a Gion district, which right now has been banned in tourists because of their disrespectful nature to the geisha. So definitely look that up, but you cannot go there anymore. It is illegal. And you know what? That's fine with me. Some tourists just don't know how to behave, and they really need to respect other countries' culture and laws when they go. You know, not everything you have to take pictures with. You have to just be mindful of other people's culture. Everyone's always so busy. It's such a busy season for spring. I'm really curious to know how it is for autumn. Anyone been to Japan? Let me know how it is during autumn and the different seasons, and which one would you recommend? But ancient Kyoto is so beautiful, so different than Tokyo. I prefer Kyoto over Tokyo, honestly, even though it's busy. Now our next stop, we went to Osaka. So Kyoto to Osaka is a short ride away, and we were still on our JR overpass, so we used it. Osaka is really known for its nightlife, its food, and things like that. But I put Osaka because we went to Osaka Castle, as seen on the chart right here on the map. And it's a short distance from Osaka Station, to be honest, 30 minutes. And Osaka Castle is so beautiful when it comes to cherry blossoms. The gardens, the outside where the moats are and the river, it's a really nice place to go walk in, have a picnic. I've seen people bring their families out and have picnics, and to just really enjoy this really ancient view of the castle. Then we made our way in from the different gates. There's multiple gates, I believe, that leads up to the actual castle, and that is free, honestly. So you could walk in and you can see the different moats and the different plants and gardens, and also more cherry blossoms. Also outside, there's lots of food options, and there's actually turtles. We saw like little turtles in that water. I know sometimes there's boats that go around in that water, so definitely look that up. So this is us walking in. We were seeing the cherry blossoms. I think they have nighttime illumination as well, so definitely check that out if you're there. We had plans in the afternoon, so we were only there that morning before lunch. To get to the castle, you can take a walk, but I know there's also a little shuttle that you can pay for that takes you directly to the castle. So yeah, this is us walking to the castle, enjoying all the views in between. It was a busy day as well as usual. All major tourist attractions such as this one will be busy, but here's the actual castle, and oh my god, it is so beautiful in person. It was also really crowded. The line to get into the actual castle was super long, so we opted not to go into the castle that day. Regardless if you have a ticket, you still have to wait to be processed. I feel that people who were in like tourist groups, like tour groups and whatnot, they were able to get in with their tour guide, so that's probably a faster way to get in. But there was like a nice little performance outside of the castle as well, and you could literally just walk around, take pictures, and enjoy the vibe. There were lots of cherry blossoms around too, So, and lots of places to sit and have picnics. So definitely don't miss Osaka Castle. The next one we went to was Nara Park, and we stationed in Osaka, and we took a day trip from Osaka Station to Nara Park, which you can see. Nara Park also, besides Kyoto, is one of my favorite places to go for cherry blossoms. You know about those deer that bow to you after you give them crackers? Well, this is it. This is where you find all the deer. And when you go up more in the mountain to where the shrines are, you will see more deer and more chances they'll feed a deer and they bow to you. Again, lots of tourists, but you know, there's lots of deer, so just find a spot and feed those deer those crackers. Also, they're the most polite yet aggressive deer, so they might bow to you, but sometimes if you take long to like give them the crackers, they will like hit you with their head. That happened to Niran actually. He was taking too long to feed one of the deer the crackers, and one of them just like went in and like just bit him on his butt. It wasn't like anything too dangerous, like a minor like bite, like a little soft bite, but like it caught him off guard. He like screamed. But yeah, just be mindful of that. They're polite, yes, but you know, they want their crackers at the same time. But definitely totally recommend visiting here for the cherry blossoms as well. Look how pretty this little section is. There's multiple sections like this, but this is like by far one of the best. And then when the wind blows, like everything like blows on you, all the petals, and it just feels like cherry blossom petal rain. It's really magical, to be honest. Look at Niran go. This is him trying to feed the deer, you know. They really like those crackers. I believe it was like 100 to 200 yen for like one of those stack of crackers. So that's like definitely the only thing you have to like pay for. But this is like the famous mochi that's usually on social media. Luckily Niran was like over 6 feet, so he was able to take these videos comfortably, but it was so crowded, like I couldn't even get through. But look how fast these people work, and I think they do this like multiple times a day. It's like a performance, right? But right after we get to eat it, so we go pay, I think it's like 100 200 yen again for like a piece, and we went there to get those warm mochi. And like when you get it, they coat it in so it's matcha mochi, and they coat it in roasted soybean flour, and when they give it to you, it's so warm because it was just pounded, and it was like one of the most delicious mochi I have ever eaten, because it was literally just made in front of you. They just like probably reheated it like while they were pounding it, but it was so warm and delicious. Definitely recommend if you're around Nara, go to the market. The next place we're gonna go is Mount Fuji, which is Kawaguchiko Station. Now this is where Mount Fuji is. Definitely go there and rent bikes, like electric assist bikes, and ride around the lake. We literally had the best time. So this was when we were stationed back in Tokyo, when our trip was almost over in Shinjuku, and then we took the train to Mount Fuji. But we took electric assist bikes, and we were able to ride around Kawaguchiko Lake. Well, not right away around, but we did as much as we could, and we ride around the neighborhoods and saw different views on Mount Fuji. Around that area too has this really famous theme park with this Naruto theme place as well. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely free to go in. You just need to pay if you want to go on like certain rides. But we really enjoyed our bicycle rides around the neighborhood. Definitely get to see these little shrines, local businesses, just to see how people live. I believe lots of tourists don't do that. Like you see, like we're like one of the only ones just like riding around. So definitely do that if you could. You would just see a different part of Kawaguchiko. But we were riding along the lake here with our bicycles. And this is one of the best things that I remember. This is like one of my core memories, is riding along the lake during cherry blossom season, just lined with cherry blossoms, and seeing Mount Fuji on the other side. It was so spectacular. It's definitely one of my core memories that I would never forget, and I will definitely want to do this again, maybe during autumn, which is my favorite season. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think that you would be up to something like this? So I think I would love to do this again. but look how pretty it is. But yeah, this brings us to the end of my list. Let me know what city was your favorite, or what activity or what place you think was the best for cherry blossoms from my list. Remember, this is just a beginner's guide, so if you're first timers, it's perfect for you. But if you visit Japan multiple times or you live in Japan, there are other unique places and other places that you have to travel probably farther to get to. You can go to Kyushu, you can go to Okinawa, go to Hokkaido. There's so many places that you can go to for cherry blossoms, but this is just beginner friendly and the best comprehensive guide that you can get. Well, that concludes my recommendations on where to see cherry blossoms in Japan, especially if you're a first-time visitor. This is one of the most comprehensive lists that you will find, with lots of extra information like best time to visit, transportation, good things to know, pro tips. So definitely subscribe, stay tuned, like, comment, leave, just share with friends. If you really like Japan, let me know in the comments. I really love my time there. Honestly, I would love to go back, spend longer, which I probably will in the future. But lots of these activities that I mentioned are free. Just to go there and watch cherry blossoms, totally free. Probably just have to buy some food and just do a picnic. But today we explored 5 different areas in Japan that are really perfect for cherry blossoms. Your main hub, which is in Tokyo, definitely go to Satsuka, which is where Sensoji Temple is, Sumida River, and Meguro River, one of my favorites. In Kyoto, that's where my heart is, Fushimi Inari Shrine, the Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, and while you're in Arashiyama, go to Mount, the Monkey Park. There's also Kiyomizu-dera, which is not in Arashiyama. That can be another day trip. In Osaka, there's Osaka Castle. In Nara, there's Nara Park. And just feed a deer, buy the crackers, bow to them, and yeah, just be mindful. Some of them, sometimes they get aggressive. And lastly, Mount Fuji. Take the train to Kawaguchiko and you will be amazed. There's a really nice theme park there as well, which I could talk about in another video. But Mount Fuji is so beautiful. Rent a bicycle and ride around the lakes. Go to an onsen. Just have fun, do it your way. If you like this video, please subscribe. It would really encourage me to start making more videos like this, more comprehensive guides and recommendations, and just how my experience went in Japan. Please leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are, what your favorite place in Japan is, and where you would go from this video if you were to go to Japan. What was your favorite part? Also share with your family and friends, and stay tuned for next time where I'll share more about my Japan experience. Thank you.